Welcome to New York, John Harbaugh, the new head coach for the New York Giants. Our New York Post sports columnist for the Post, Steve Serby, is jumping on for our John Harbaugh edition of Blue Rush. Serby, let's get straight into this because my brother, he's a Cowboys fan. He knows who John Harbaugh is, but he texted me this morning like, why is John Harbaugh the guy? What does he have, or what is he going to bring that Kevin Stefanski or Mike McCarthy or any of those other candidates can't bring to New York?
Well, first of all, full disclosure, before Harbaugh became available, I lobbied for Kevin Stefanski because he's an offensive guy. I thought he'd work well with Jackson Dart, but he doesn't have what Parcells used to call the pelts on the wall that John Harbaugh does. Harbaugh is a program builder. He's a culture builder. He knows what winning looks like. He won a Super Bowl way back when in 2012, but his commitment to excellence and his consistency of excellence is what made him a no-brainer and what made the New York Football Giants engage in a historic full-court blitz for his services. He is the total package. He's a communicator. He's a collaborator, and he knows what winning looks like. He is the coach the Giants have been desperately looking for since Tom Coughlin left the building in 2015.
You have to if you're tripling the salary of previous coaches that, you've already hired. And Serby, like you said, man, they rolled out the red carpet and threw everything at this guy to make him say yes. Private jets, dinners, you name it. You've covered both the Jets and the Giants and all these New York-based franchises for decades. Have you ever seen any ownership go full court press for a coach the way the Giants did?
No, I don't believe I have. I know way back in the day, this was a pursuit and a recruitment that would have made George Steinbrenner proud. Steinbrenner, when he recruited Reggie Jackson, he left no stone unturned and convinced Reggie when he was a free agent to come to the Yankees. Look, the Giants didn't have a need to make this kind of push for anyone who followed Tom Coughlin. But when a guy like John Harbaugh becomes free, you exhaust every possibility to bring him to 1925 Giants Drive because he's worth it. He's worth what Andy Reid is worth to the Chiefs, $20 million or so, the same amount of money that the New York Post recruited Brandon London to join it.
I can't discuss salary terms right now until it's confirmed. There we go. But you talked about that Super Bowl back in 2012. 2025, they went 8-9, didn't make the playoffs. 2024, 12-5, lost in the division round. 2023, 13-4, lost in the AFC Championship game. 2022, 10-7, lost in the wild card. 2021, 8-9, missed the playoffs. 2020, 11-5, lost in the divisional round. 2019, 14-2, lost in the divisional round. A lot of winning seasons there, but a lot of people are worried at 63 years old, he could be past his prime. Does that worry you?
No, he's not past his prime. Look, after 18 years in one place, your voice becomes a little stale. People begin to tune you out. This will reinvigorate John Harbaugh. He will have something to prove, and he will prove it. He is a winner. When he took the Ravens job, as a matter of fact, he posted signs that said WIN, and that means what's important now. And that will be resonating through the Giants building. And what's important now for John Harbaugh is restoring pride back to the New York Giants and winning now, because with Jackson Dart, John Harbaugh can do for Dart and the New York Giants what Mike Vrabel has done for Drake May and the New England Patriots. He's that kind of elite coach a communicator, a collaborator, and he knows what winning looks like. He knows how to build a winner. He knows what a football player looks like. He knows what a football team is supposed to look like. He's the man. He's the guy who will one day, if he wins the Super Bowl in New York, will be standing on a pedestal with Tom Coughlin and Bill Parcells.
Coordinator-wise, because what's important now is Jackson Dart's development and the defense playing up to the hype. Coordinator-wise, who do you think he brings in?
The favorite, the leader in the clubhouse, is his Ravens offensive coordinator, Todd Monken. Now, Jackson Dart is not Lamar Jackson. We know that. But I want to read you an interesting quote that Dart told me back on December 10th, which is why he and John Harbaugh, I believe, will be a match made in heaven. Dart said, if you don't want to coach in New York, you don't want to be on the biggest stage, and you're scared of it, I don't want you here. Back in 2017, Harbaugh was quoted as saying, I don't live my life scared. I think they're both ultra competitive. I think they will have a beautiful relationship, and Monken is the guy to be the Josh McDaniels for John Harbaugh that McDaniels has been for Mike Vrabel.
What about on the defensive side of the ball? Because the Ravens that defense coming into the season was picked to be a top 10 defense. They had a lot of holes in it like Swiss cheese. Do you think there could be a Wink Martindale reunion, or are there any other coordinators out there that you feel as though John Harbaugh brings in to right the ship on the defense?
Well, one name that I've seen mentioned is Jim Leonard, who used to be a safety for the New York Jets. Did some good work at Wisconsin. He's a very sharp guy. He always had coaching props. I thought when I covered him, he'd be a coach. He's a smart guy. He would be a candidate, I believe, for defensive coordinator. Obviously, defensive coordinator for the New York Giants is a very prestigious position. Going back to Bill Belichick under Parcells and Steve Spagnuolo under Coughlin. So that's going to be an important hire, but I have no doubt John Harbaugh will find the right man.
And the familiarity is there because Leonard was a safety for the Ravens and played for Harbaugh. In fact, I have a picture of him tackling me in a playoff game when I was 2008 when I was with the Miami Dolphins. Tackled me. I should have got up out of that. I get no yaks, Serby, but I should have broke that tackle. So
you couldn't juke him. I mean, what's wrong?
Sure, tackler. Hope he's an even better defensive coordinator because someone needs to come in and get the best out of that defensive line and get something out of that secondary.
He'll have a lot to work with a second-year Abdul Carter and Brian Burns coming off a career year, and hopefully Kayvon Thibodeau gets healthy. And, of course, Dexter Lawrence will be looking to rebound off a subpar year for him.
So do you think this Harbaugh hire changes what the Giants are going to do in the draft?
No. Well, they've got the 5th pick in the draft. And shout out to Joe Shane, by the way, for his work, his pursuit of Harbaugh and not standing in the way, which would be career suicide anyway, but not standing in the way of helping Harbaugh become the most powerful head coach in New York Giants history with more personnel certainly than Bill Parcells did with George Young, and certainly more than Tom Coughlin did with Jerry Reese. So they'll pick a blue chip guy, maybe a wide receiver to complement Malik Neighbors, and hopefully they re-sign Wan'Dale Robinson because I think he proved that he belongs. So that would be a nice three amigos setup if they draft a Carnell Lake, let's say, to join a Malik Neighbors and Wan'Dale Robinson. All the better for Jackson Dart. So, but again, if there's a defensive player that Harbaugh likes, it'll be a defensive pick.
Lastly, real quick, Serby, final thoughts on the Giants locking up John Harbaugh?
Well, I think you got to believe again should be the slogan at 1925 Giants Drive. And you got to believe Harbaugh is going to get the very best out of Jackson Dart. And the Giants will be in play to win that NFC East. The Eagles fired their offensive coordinator, Kevin Patullo. A.J. Brown may be on his way out. The Cowboys haven't won anything significant since 1995. And the Commanders should bounce back under Jaden Daniels, but that division will be very much in play for John Harbaugh.
YGBA, you gotta believe again. We're getting it printed on shirts for the New York Post Sports. This was Blue Rush. Thanks, Serby.
Thanks, Brandon.